Well, right now we're packing up some gear and we're getting ready to head out to a location that I actually stumbled across right by accident last week when we were out shooting Old Baldy. So that was a video that we did last week where we were shooting the Beaver Valley and Old Baldy. If you didn't get to see that video, by the way, I'll put up a link for that right now, so you just to jog your memory. But on my way there and on my way back, I noticed this kind of swamp area with these like dead tree trunks, and it was very kind of prehistoric or Jurassic looking. Today, all day long, was a really grey, overcast day, and I thought to myself, you know what a perfect day to go shoot that swamp. Then all of a sudden, about an hour ago, the sun came out, the sky went just pure blue, crystal clear, not a cloud to be found. But we've got the gear all packed up. We're going to go out anyhow. We're going to take a good look at that location, so we can consider this more of a recce than anything else. But we can see what we'll put out of it, or what we get out of this as far as images are concerned. Secondly, I'm trying out a new bag tonight. I'm trying out a low pro bag. I picked this up just a few days ago, or about a week ago actually, and this is the first time I'm taking it actually out. I have some reservations about it, but you know what? We'll take a close look at it and we'll maybe do a review down the road and see how we make out with that. So yeah, Gary here with Gary Clayton Photography. Welcome to my YouTube channel. We've got everything we need. Let's get going. Let's see what we can find. And also, on the way, we might stop at one or two other locations that I've noticed that we might take a little look at and see. So hey, let's get going. Okay. Now right now, we're at one of the areas I wanted to stop at again today. Now we have been here before, and this is another swamp area or wetland. Not the one we're specifically looking at exploring tonight, but a location that I did want to stop at again tonight. The terrain's a little tricky here. It's a great steep slope, but we're going to head over here to the swamp or wetland area, and we're going to take a look. The last time I was here, I believe it was actually back in the winter time, and it was a totally different environment then than it is now. So hey, let's just take a look, because the last time I was here it was very interesting, and I did want to come back in the summertime, which it almost is the summer now, and take a look again once we got some kind of summertime growth taking place. So hey, let's just make our way over there and we'll take a look. Yeah, so this is the swampland that I just wanted to stop and kind of have a look at. As I say, we've been here before, we've shot this swampland before. It might be actually nice to pop up the drone here and get a little aerial footage of this, because it is quite interesting. Not the most spectacular kind of image in the world, but you know what? It could be interesting. I think it is. So yeah, let's maybe pop up the drone, and then we'll maybe set up the tripod and see if we can capture an image or two here whilst we're here. We still have a little bit of time before the sun goes down. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to head back to the car, we're going to grab some gear, we'll pop up the drone, and then we'll maybe set up and see if we can capture a nice little image here. Okay, so we're set up on the tripod. So right now I'm using my Canon 5D Mark II. I'm on the tripod. I have my 28 to 135mm lens. I have a focal length of 30mm. I do have a polarizer on there, set to maximum polarization. I have an ISO of 100. F22. F22, the sun is in my left corner. Maybe I'll get a little bit of a sunburst out of that. We'll see. And hey, the polarizer to help cut a little bit of glare off the body of water. So what I'm going to do is, and I have 1/4 of a second shutter speed. So I am going to take 2-second timer, by the way. One shot, correctly exposed. I'm going one shot over, or one stop over, and I'm going one stop under. 3 shots. I'm going to put those together to create an HDR image, because I think that will look okay with what we're looking at here. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't want to spend too much time here because I don't want to get going to the location that I actually want to photograph tonight. And time is moving along. But this is really quite an interesting location. Again, I'm going to show you the scene that I'm looking at right now. You may be able to see in the GoPro, the sun is up through the clouds, but the sun is up to the left. So we did get that cloud cover coming back in. We've got some really interesting clouds tonight. So you know what? We might get some really good character as the night progresses, which would be awesome. But yeah, this is the shot that I'm taking. And you know what? It's fine. Nothing spectacular, as I said, but hey, it's going to be a nice little image. Let's see what we can put together for an HDR image. Okay, so I'm going to pack up from here. I'm going to put everything back in the car. Oh, by the way, we did get the drone up, and sometime within this video we're gonna run that footage. But we're going to see what footage we can get at the next location too, and see what we can put together there, and then we will run the aerial footage. So hey, yes, let's pack up. Let's move on down the road. We've got about, I think it's about 10 or 15 kilometers from here to the actual destination we want to get to. So yeah, let's go. Now, something I'd like to mention to you guys, for those of you who've watched my YouTube channel and seen most of my videos really from the get-go, from the beginning, you'll already know that photography for me started underwater. Well, here in Ontario, it's now June the 6th. The underwater or the scuba diving, the local scuba diving season is well underway, and I have been diving a lot. Shortly, I will be putting together 1 or 2 videos for the YouTube channel, again, on my underwater activities, my underwater photography, my underwater video. So do stay tuned for those because they really are quite interesting. And if you have not, as of yet, seen any of my underwater stuff, I'm going to put a link up there right now to one of my local underwater adventures here in freshwater, here in Ontario. So you'll get to see that if you take a look. Have a look, see what you think. And stay tuned, we're going to have some more underwater videos coming up soon. Okay, let's keep going, let's get to our ultimate destination and see what we find. It's actually looking really quite nice out there. We've got some beautiful sky developing, some beautiful clouds, some beautiful light. Hey, the only thing that could go wrong is me, which tends to happen sometimes. More than I'd like to admit, but anyhow. Oh, and I haven't forgot anything tonight. I took the advice of one of my subscribers who said, Gary, make a checklist, stick it on the studio door. Whenever you go out of the studio, make sure everything on that checklist that you need for your shoot, you have got in your gear bag. And you know what? I did that. Thank you, subscriber. I just can't think of the subscriber's name right now, and I really wish I could. But thank you for the advice, because I did it and it works. I got all my gear tonight. Awesome. Let's go. So right here, this is the area that I'd seen before. This wetland, swamp, almost kind of a Jurassic kind of feeling to it. I'm not sure how deep this water is. I do have rubber boots, but because I do scuba dive also, I also have a dry suit and a wetsuit. And I brought the wetsuit bottoms with me tonight, just in case there's any depth to this, and it means I can maybe wade into an area that I want to get to. But I don't want to create ripples on the water. Now what I'm thinking is, if I could maybe somehow get over to this side here, to the left of the frame, and maybe shoot across, that may be quite interesting. I don't know. Again, it's more of a recce. We're here, we're going to check it out. The sun is going down, so we are going to have to get ourselves kind of organized here. But you know what? It's really, really interesting looking. So yeah, let's get the camera, let's get the tripod, and let's get our rubber boots, and let's see what we can do. Let's see how we can make out here. Really quite interesting. Under the right conditions, I think there could be some really quite interesting images captured from here. Okay, here we are set up in the swamp. We're on the tripod, Canon 5D Mark II, 28 to 135mm lens, ISO of 200, f11. It's giving me a shutter speed of 1/50th of a second. My composition it's portrait or vertical. Now, my composition is, there's one single kind of skinny, if you will, dead tree, just pointing up to the right there of the frame, looking across the swampland. I have a 2-second timer. A 2-second timer. Hey, there's my shot. Anything going to come out of that? I have no idea, but you know what? If it did, we're going to pop it up right now. Quite interesting in here. Very, very, very boggy, very muddy, and very deep. Almost to the top of my rubber boots. But you know, I'm on a little bit of an area here that's a little more solid, so we're okay. I'm going to look around now. I have no idea. Now there's some kind of wildlife, but I have no idea what it is. For a minute there, it sounded like a wild hog, which I really hope isn't the case, otherwise I'm in a whole world of trouble. But I don't think it will be, surely. Anyhow, maybe we'll see some wildlife, I don't know. Kind of surprised me for a minute and just kind of threw me off kilter there for a moment, simply because I thought that sounded like a wild hog. But you know what? I don't think it is. I don't think it is. Okay, so we're going to look at other compositions, and there's some really interesting ones. There's some beautiful little kind of intimate compositions here too that are well worth taking a look at. Yeah, you know what? We're definitely going to come back to this location because this is something you could shoot time and time again at different times of the day. Again, this is a recce. This is giving us some information. I keep hearing that that creature. You know what? It's probably just a bullfrog or something, but it's scaring me to death. Anyhow, okay, fine. We're good. So we're going to look at some other compositions because there are lots, and we're going to grab a few more shots here because this is actually so cool. We're definitely coming back here. We're definitely coming back here at different times of the day. Actually, maybe in the daylight, or when I say the daylight, earlier in the day. Huh. Interesting. Lots of wildlife communicating with each other. That's why I keep pausing. I keep hearing this wildlife, and it really is quite interesting. It's actually super to be in here. I'm not particularly a wildlife photographer. Oh, excuse me. But you know what? Why not? Okay, let's recompose here and let's see what we're going to shoot next. Stand by. Okay, now we've turned around. I guess I'm pretty much heading probably south right now, so we're probably looking to the south. Some really, again, interesting growth formation in this wetlands, but that's what we're looking at. Where this time we're at ISO 200 f8 1/13 of a second, 2-second timer. There's my shot. Wow, this is, you know what, guys, this really is pretty cool. And I'm so glad to be here tonight because to come back here, probably at different times of the day, at different seasons of the year, this, I'm sure, is going to be spectacular. And yeah, it's nice. And I like it. And I'm definitely coming back. And I think we might have 1 or 2 images that we've collected tonight, and that's fine. We're going to see if we can pop up the drone too, and I'm going to see if I can get the drone over the top of this, and then we'll put that drone footage together and let you have a look at that. But yeah, for a recce, you know what? This is absolutely great tonight, and I'm thoroughly enjoying this, and I'm so glad I'm here. And I think next time I'll bring my dry suit, which is again something I use for scuba diving in colder temperature. Not that it's cold, but it does completely seal me, so I can get right down on my hands and knees in this swamp and get really low, get some low images, because there's all kinds of kind of compositions. If I could get myself low to the ground, which I can't right now because I'm just wearing rubber boots and it is a swamp. But with my dry suit, that would be great, because there's some really interesting stuff, as I keep saying. So hey, let's head on back to the car now, and let's see if we can pop up the drone while there's still some daylight. I did recharge the battery as we continued driving over here. So let's pop up the drone, let's see what we get. Hey, thank you for joining me. If you like what we're doing, please give me a like, please share, leave a comment, I will get back to you. And if you haven't done already, please subscribe. We need all the subscribers we can get. Thank you for watching my channel. We're going to see you next time. Let's have a look at a few images, have fun. Hey, here's some aerial stuff too. Have a great day. Bye.